Hey y'all, and welcome back for another adventure in the cookie jar. Today we're doing the 11th recipe from Cherry Cheesecake Murder. It is a lemon cream torte. And these 2 pages is a little more technical than things I'm used to making. For the gist of it, we're making 2 8-inch meringue circles that we're just gonna free pipe onto a piece of parchment paper on a cookie tray and bake that in the oven. And then while that's baking, it seems like at the same time you can make your lemon cream filling, which it seems custardy from the sounds of it. With the ingredients it lists, it seems custardy to me. So you whip that up and you chill that in the fridge, and once your meringues are fully cooked and cooled, you can assemble it, which it seems least nice looking meringue on bottom, cream filling, top piece. And that is your lemon cream torte. So fingers crossed that everything goes well. I've never made a meringue as like a cake piece that big. I'm used to like little tiny meringues. All right, lemon cream torte. Preheat oven to 250, rack in the middle position. That was me realizing I set the oven to the wrong temperature. It does say 250, 2, not 3, 2. Anyway, now that we fixed that potential boo-boo, preheat oven to 250 degrees, rack in the middle position. I stopped reading there, and apparently did not read it correctly. But underneath that, not a misprint, 250 degrees. There you have it. So Hannah's note, try to choose a day when the humidity is low to bake this. Meringues don't crisp up as well if the air is too humid. I live in the South. Humidity is real. I don't feel like it's humid in the house though. Just outside. Hopefully this goes well. For the meringue, you're gonna need 4 egg whites. Reserve the yolks in a bowl for the filling. 1 cup of white granulated sugar and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. It says to spoon half the meringue neatly into one of the 8-inch circles that you draw on the parchment. I am going to use a Ziploc bag with a little coupler tip in it to hopefully help do that. Because I don't trust making it neat by hand. I don't. For the filling, you're going to want 4 egg yolks, the ones you reserved from the meringue, half a cup of white sugar, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of lemon zest, finely grated peel, just the yellow part, half a cup of whipping cream, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar. You'll use 3/4 cups total in the filling. They have a line in the middle of the filling ingredients because the first section gets put into a double boiler and I guess gently cooked until it looks like mayonnaise, and then you take that off of the heat and you add in the rest, and then you mix them together. For doing the meringue, it says you can use brown parcel wrapping paper, but parchment works best. I have never in my life seen brown parcel paper, like in like the real world. Like I see it all the time in movies, but I've never actually seen like butcher paper. So as for once the meringues are done, before you fill your cake, it says to store them in a cool, dry place. A dark cupboard is fine. The refrigerator is not fine. Very big capital letters, not fine for the refrigerator. When you're cooking your filling, it says what you're looking for is smooth and thick as mayonnaise. That's a little thicker than gravy and takes about 3 minutes or so. Once you're done with your filling, it says lick the spoon, it's yummy. And then yield serves 4 to 6 people unless you invite Carrie, she always has thirds. Another note from Hannah. This dessert is certainly yummy, but it's not gorgeous. When Sally serves it at the Lake Eden Inn, she slices it in the kitchen because the meringues tend to crumble. Then she puts it on a beautiful dessert plate or in a cut glass dessert bowl, tops it with a generous dollop of sweetened whipped cream, and places a paper thin lemon slice on top of it to make it look fancy. So, let's get in the kitchen and get started. Here is everything we're going to need today. It does not look like much, and a lot of it repeats, like the 3 things of sugar and the 2 things of vanilla. All right, so we have our mixer and Here is the 8-inch circles I drew on a cookie sheet. It does say when you draw these that, for starters, I drew them on the one side and then I flipped it over and I can still see the circles through it. So I don't have to worry about having pencil markings on my meringues. But it says to spray it with Pam and then sprinkle flour. I have the one that has it in, and I've, in these videos, found that this works better. So that's what we're gonna hit it with. So, egg whites in the bowl. We're going to beat them into a soft peak. I think that counts as soft. Okay, so for this part, you have a cup of sugar. It wants you to save the last bit. You're adding in the 1/3 of a cup with the vanilla extract and then sprinkle in a 1/3 of a cup of sugar. So I'm just going to take the 1/3 of a cup out and set that with the vanilla. And then I'm just going to gradually sprinkle the rest of it in. Okay, so next we're going to pour in the vanilla extract and the last of the sugar. We're going to sprinkle in the rest of the sugar. And then it says mix it in very gently on low speed with an electric mixer, or fold it in with an angel food whisk until the meringue is smooth. I don't have one of those. I have heard that the big balloony ones, like I have up there, is a balloon whisk, is an angel food whisk. And I could never find anything definitive on that. So that is the vanilla extract, and then we're going to sprinkle in this on low speed. Was this ever supposed to get to hard, Pete? I don't think we are done with this. I just need it out of the way carefully so I don't destroy everything in the process. Alright, so we have our meringues and they're not very level. So I'm going to try to flatten them a little bit and smooth them out. This is what we end up with. 2 8-inch, hopefully still 8-inch circles of meringue that will go in the oven at 325 for an hour. Okay, so I have a double boiler. The water for the bottom is boiling. But while we work on that and get that ready, we're going to take the 4 egg yolks into the top of the double boiler, and we're just going to whisk those together with the make sure I grab the right half a cup of sugar until smooth. I don't think you're getting this smooth. You really don't. You might get everything incorporated. So to this we are adding the lemon juice and the zest. So we have our egg mixture, top of the double boiler, and it says just to mix this until it looks like mayonnaise, about 3 minutes. It doesn't say you actually have to whisk it, but it doesn't say not to either. So I don't know what to do. Whisk or not whisk? I'm gonna whisk it just because better safe than sorry. And my husband has told me a million times that the top of my stove is tempered glass, and putting hot stuff on it, as long as it's, you know, hot or warm, won't shatter it. But I have this fear that one day I'm going to take this pot off and I'm going to set it on like a different part of the stove and it's going to shatter the whole thing. I cannot just put it up there. I can't. I'm terrified I'm going to shatter it somehow. Is that just me? I will tell you, in the process of getting everything ready, the juicing of the lemons, the zesting of the lemons, the vanilla sitting in their bowls, my kitchen smells amazing. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes. Is this what I'm looking for? I don't feel like, I feel like this is gravy, not mayonnaise. So should I give it a little bit longer? I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna give it at least another minute because this doesn't seem right. It seems too loose still. So best judgment says keep going. Here we go. We're gonna call it good. All right, so moving on. We have the cream into the vanilla, it says. So there's the cream. Here is our 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And we're just gonna let them play together. Definitely a peak. Okay, so the reason I check so much is because it says do not overbeat it. So I wanted to be more on task than normal. So it doesn't really say what I'm looking for this part. It just says beat in the remaining quarter cup of sugar and then slowly stir it into the egg yolks. Here are the egg yolks that have been sitting on the cold oven. Air quotes on that. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slowly add tidbits of this into this. Like a scoop at a time kind of thing. Now it says just to cover this and refrigerate it until we're ready. The meringues still have 30 minutes in the oven and they'll probably cool for about an hour when they're out. So about an hour and a half until we proceed.
So I took them out of the oven and they immediately started cracking. That one's starting there and this one's starting here and a little more over here. Like, I don't know what to do with them. It just says to let them cool completely and then fill them. But, I mean, if they're going to crack in half... There's another one coming right there. And they expanded. I was not expecting them to expand. So this one ended up a little off the paper and they melded together in the center. So they are no longer 8 inches.
Okay, so we've had the time. They are cool now. They are very delicate though. Now, I reread this while they were sitting, and apparently I had the idea wrong. I thought it was to, like, you put the one down, you put all the filling on top, and then you put the chopped one on. It is not. You put half the filling, and then that, and then half the filling, so it's layered. So, filling firmed up. These guys firmed up a little bit. It didn't firm up a lot. It's still kind of runny. Oh no! Collapsing. Very, very delicate. I don't know, I kind of feel like I would have liked it better with the stuff in the center. Personally. I don't know how I feel about having this on top. And I feel like this is a kind of dessert that has to be eaten kind of in one go when you serve it, because you can't put it in the fridge. And I don't know how well the cream will handle being not refrigerated. So that's something to think about as well when you make this. Yeah. I've never had anything like this before, so I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I'm not sure. I think something went wrong, maybe. And this is what we ended up with. So let's cut into it and see how it tastes. There are 2 layers of the meringue with 2 layers of lemon cream. The meringue is very sweet, but you need that sweetness for how tart the lemon cream is. Finish us off. That is really, really good. The meringue's kind of marshmallowy, which I think it's because, like, as I said when I started the video, when I was reading the book, the humidity would keep it from crisping. I think that's what it was pointing towards. However, I find it really delicious. I don't care if it's crispy or not. I kind of like the fact that it's a little marshmallowy in texture because the filling's absorbing into it. And that's made it really good. But it's a little crunchy and it dissolves on your tongue. It's very tart. It is very sweet. It's a really perfect summer dessert in my opinion. Next week we are doing the Angel Kisses, which seems like another meringue, but with a Hershey kiss on top, like a cookie-sized bit. So if you're interested in seeing those, join us next week. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye!